Okay guys, today I'm going to use this video to show you how to use tracker to model the path of a ball. First you open your apps of tracker and you need to search for the videos. Okay, you might use file, import and video. Okay, so here's one of the videos. Okay, just open it. Okay, and so you see a screen, a video in the main screen. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is to define the new the point mass. Okay, and to do that you need to first you need to magnify, okay, zoom in the graph so you will have a magnified point mass on the basketball. Okay, so let's put the basketball, okay, right here. Okay, and then you're going to use the function of track. Okay, and you need to find a new point mass. Okay, so you got mass A and you have a graph on the right hand side which shows the position of mass A at a different time, and this shows is y the values y of x meters. Alright, okay, and how could you select the mass A? Okay, so let's try to get it into motion. Alright, so okay, so let's first okay, so you need to holding the control and scrolling your mouse. Okay, alright, so you see the basketball is in motion, but at this moment it's still touching the hand of the player, so we are not going to select the mass. Okay, not until it just leaves the hands of the player. At this moment, okay, you hold shift and you left click the ball. Okay, so hold the shift, you see a marker there and you click on at the center of the ball. Okay, so that's give you 1 point, and the ball will move to the next frame, and you hold the control again, you select another point. So now you got 2 points that will show on in the table. You got 2 points. Alright, you just move your screen. Remember that the ball is now moving up, so you need to create a little bit space. Okay, hold the shift again, got another point, okay. Okay, just keep doing the selection of points. Okay, you just move your screen to find the ball. Remember to click on the center. Okay, so here's the last point. Okay, and okay, so now you got all the points. You see the series of points and a table of values. Alright, so the next is to calibrate the scale. Right now you got some x meters and y in meters, but these values have not been calibrated correctly. Okay, for example, you see the x meters like 500. Okay, you can't see that the ball is as high as 500 meters, right? So the calibration is not right, so we need to do the calibration. To do the calibration, let's zoom out first. Alright, so in your video there will be a ruler lying around, lying close to the feet of the player, and that ruler is 1 meter long. That's for the calibration. Okay, so let's zoom in to the ruler. Okay, let's go to 400 again. Okay, and let's go to the create and calibration tool and calibration stick. Okay, right, you hold shift and you got 1 point right here and the other point on the other end. Remember, you're holding the shift, and now you see that the length is 249.6 meters. Okay, so that's why you see the values in terms of for x and y in hundreds, because the calibration is like 1 meter is like 250, right? So I need to change that. In our video, that means 1 meter, but you want to type it like 1.000 meter. That means it's correct to 3 decimal place. Okay. Right now, all the values go to a rather reasonable range. So you see the x values in terms of a few meters, and the y values is like, okay, around the meters. Okay, so that means now the calibration is correct. Okay, and okay, so the next thing, you need to create the axis. Okay, so to create the axis, let's zoom out again. Alright, and okay, before you create the axis, you need to rewind the video until you see the first point you create. Okay, so remember, the first point you create is that's the point when the ball just leaves the player's hand. Alright, and you want to create an axis where the y-axis will pass through that point. Okay, so let's see. Create, you click create again, and you say, okay, calibration tool. Alright, and you see that's offset origin, and you click on the on that offset origin. You see axis. Okay, let's move the axis. Okay, so that's the origin. Okay, let's put that y-axis passing through the ball and the axis just lying on the ground. Okay, you might move it a little bit, fine tune it a little bit. Okay, so you see the x value is very close to 0. Okay, alright, and now you have the axis as well. Okay, so now all these values can be used, and you could import them into the Excel and Decimal. Okay, so another question of this assignment is to see whether the ball will fall into the basket. Okay, so to find out the position of basket, you need to you need to create another mask called mask B. Okay, so let's see how to do it. Okay, first you need to go to track. Okay, and you need to go to new mask, point mask again, but this time mask B. Okay, so use different color. Okay, so and you just move your videos a little forward until okay you see the basket. So here's the basket. So you want to zoom in to get a better position. Yep. Okay, so here's the basket. Alright, and you just Ctrl Shift and you click on the values of that basket. Okay, so you will have the X coordinate and Y coordinate which are calibrated of the position of basketball value, and this pair of coordinates will be useful. Alright, so after you've done all this, remember that you could copy all these points, the data, into the Excel. Alright, and we will do that in our next video. See you next time.